One of those days.
Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. Episode 6, Iowa Boys Chatter, where Iowa literally what?
Runs through the veins, baby.
Yes, it does. So I think we're both feeling a little under the weather, but we want to bring the people what the people want to see. Allergies are just ragweed.
I don't know what they're doing up there.
I don't know what
Maybe
happened
building
either,
a bomb.
There might be.
Yeah, I don't know if it's I'm feeling under the weather as much as it is just tired. It's just fall for us.
It's just so busy.
And most people are like, I don't understand. It's not our busy time. Well, for us and our family, it's 100% our busy time. I got 3 kids. Mm-hmm. Football is all over the place. Tomorrow we'll dive into it, right? But just a little brief of what I've got going on. Today woke up early, went tailgate shopping. Mm-hmm. Then shout out payday. And then
thank you, United States government and our job.
Then went straight down, picked the kids up from school, got those kids out early. Went to Fry Fest. Tomorrow it's the Iowa game starts off at 11. I'm going to be listening to most of it on the radio while we're tripping out to St. Ambrose. St. Ambrose game is at 6. We're going to start tailgating around 12:30. But we won't get back here until 10 or 10:30 at night.
Yeah.
I mean, I do have, and that Sunday. They do have Sunday. The littles have no football this Sunday, so that's kind of nice. But yeah, looking into the future, it'll go boom, boom, boom. It's just my busy time, and I'm just a little sleepy.
Yeah,
and it's all self. I bring a lot of it on myself. I could have stayed home today and
but what fun is that? Cleaned
or napped or something like that, but there's zero fun in that.
Fry Fest was a blast. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah,
we were both there.
I'd love to. It was my second time to Fry Fest, believe it or not, in all the years that we've actually lived up here. We've only been twice. COVID did its thing.
Yeah.
What COVID does.
Yeah.
Went in 2022. I will say I think in 2022 it was bigger.
A little bit bigger.
Yeah, they had an Iowa Hawkeye NASCAR in there in 2022. They had a big Hayden Fry bus. The expo or like vendor booth last year I thought were a little bit more spread out. This year it looked like they tried to cram anybody that wanted a booth. If you were selling insurance or you were selling dog food or you're selling toothbrushes.
Bank accounts, yeah.
Yeah, it looked like they tried to squeeze you into an area. The merch was great. They had a lot of cool merch. A lot of local, which I think is cool. A lot of locally owned.
Which we talked a little bit, maybe a joke for now, but maybe by the time it rolls around next year, it won't be so much of a joke. We talked a little bit about what if we could get a booth there.
God, that would be, I think that would be
incredible.
Phenomenal. And then, but you see people selling like soap.
Yeah.
So I figure if somebody sells soap and they get in, they're probably, I'm betting, if I was a betting man, that they don't care as long as you pay.
Yeah, your vendor fee.
Your vendor fee or whatever. Probably they don't really care.
$500 vendor's fee.
You good?
Yeah, I'm just adjusting.
Oh, okay. But it was good. They had the food trucks lined up. Parking was easy. $3.
Yeah, that wasn't bad. That was nice.
They could have really raked you over the coals on parking. And I thought for only $3 all day, we're in the money for $3. And it was right there.
It was nice.
Yeah. I think the IRL does it really well there. Got to meet Coach Gable.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was cool.
Always been a role model.
Yeah, he had not heard of the podcast.
Well.
But I also didn't ask
him. He's a busy guy.
I didn't ask him.
Yeah.
I should have, but then I was like,
that's one of the only books that I've read on my free will was his book.
Doesn't he have 2?
I don't know. He might.
I don't know. I got him to sign a poster to go up somewhere in here. I think I paid 20.
Good luck. Jeez.
I think I paid 26. Maybe it'll go down there right over my mother-in-law's TV and just move all of her shit out and put all my shit back like it should be. But I think I paid $26 for it, and he signed it, which I thought, as many pictures as he takes and as approachable of a guy as he is, whether you see him at Carver at a wrestling meet, a women's basketball game, a men's basketball game, he doesn't care.
No.
He's always good for a picture. And I thought, well, it's an awesome print. I'll show it to you when we're off of here. But it's a beautiful print, and I thought for $26, I spent more money on more
dumber
stupid shit than that. So not that Gable needs me to throw him a bone by any means, but it's my way. At least I feel like I'm thanking him for what he did for taking the picture and
Yeah.
because a lot of people were just taking pictures and leaving.
Yeah,
And I thought, well, he's here trying to
take a picture.
Well, we can split it. We both give him $14.
Yeah.
$13.50.
Yeah.
I should have wrote it off as a business expense.
Probably would have been a good idea.
Probably should have.
You actually popped my Fry Fest virginity.
What did you think of it?
It was fun. Emma had told me a lot about it. She's gone a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
I would agree it wasn't quite as big as I thought it might be. I feel like there was definitely room where they could have been but I don't know circumstances, maybe. Maybe it was thrown together a little last minute this year.
I don't know. I mean, they got Maddie Poppy outside on the stage. I understand that you have to pay to get into the concert, and that's separate, and everything else is kind of free. But if you're listening to this and you're on the committee of Fry Fest, I'm sorry. I have no interest in being on that. I'm just going to tell you that I think it could have been a little bit more immersive or a little bit better.
For sure.
The kid zone where they're throwing the footballs outside, bring that inside.
Yeah.
Right? Set it up so it's inside, so it's not so humid, and it's
or throw up some chairs or a bench somewhere near it. It's goodness.
Yeah.
My back.
Yeah, the kid zone took a lot out of us today. It really did. But I thought it was great. Excuse me. Like I said, maybe do a little bit more. The food trucks are awesome. I love the idea of a food truck.
I feel like personally, I thought I was pulling up, and that entire street was going to be lined. There was 4 or 5 food trucks.
What I think if I was to say, if somebody said, "What's your ideal Fry Fest?" That street that runs there by the IRL,
completely blocked.
Block it and make it like Melrose.
Yeah.
And I know you'll never get that, like you will tomorrow morning, like, yes.
Yeah.
But get the guy out there selling the big-ass turkey legs, right? Set some of the shops outside. Open up the inside for bigger room for autographs.
Have some dude wearing an ice chest cooler neck attachment trying to sling me a beer.
Yeah.
While I'm walking to buy a beer.
Yeah.
Because I need a beer for my walk to the beer. Have someone slinging that shit.
I think there's things that they can improve on. I don't know. I don't know which direction it is. It's been a thing for a while. This year was
15 years.
More about remembering Hayden.
Yeah. Which is cool.
Yeah, which is fun.
Great dude to remember.
Yeah, and they had a great panel set up. Don Patterson I told you who he was on when we were there, but Coach Western Illinois University. That's my alum. He was the head coach there. He was on Hayden Fry's staff with KF. So it was cool to see him, Dan McCarney. It was cool to see another college football legend in the house.
We stacked up on free koozies. That was cool, too.
Yeah, boy, we got koozies. I got 900 insurance koozies, and Green State and everywhere was just handing out koozies. They had some beer samples. I will say, if you did a side-by-side, and we can talk a little bit about this now, I guess, of Hops by a Million, which, if you're not sure what that is, don't really want to brag about another podcast. Well, a lot of podcasts, but
they're
doing
kind
the
of
right thing.
where we started. Kind of.
They did start because I was listening from day one. They did start with phones and trying to figure this all out.
And I mean, they're kind of what they didn't personally give us the push, but the idea of them gave us the push.
Right, and we'll never be able to have the content that they have. We're not 3 former Division I college football players.
No.
We didn't walk on. That's kind of their niche that they walked on. They all went through the same thing at the program, but they do have a beer through Back Pocket, which is Hops by a Million.
Yeah,
good,
delicious.
So I love that beer. And then I tried the Swarms Collective, their new recipe, the black canned one.
Yeah.
Which the Swarm Collective, that money, Hops by a Million. If I'm correct, and I'm pretty sure I am, and if I'm not, somebody let me know. Part of their proceeds go to the U of I Children's Hospital.
Yeah, I think pretty much any deals that they do through their podcast proceeds usually go there.
And then the Swarm Collective, for those that don't know, gives money back to the student athletes. So both of those
NIL kind of thing.
NIL stuff, but it goes into a giant collective pot, and when it's divvied up, it's this much for football, this much for gymnastics, this much for basketball, so on and so forth.
Yeah,
I tried both. I will say Hops by a Million over the Swarm Collective.
Dude, that thing was not saying that Swarm Collective was bad.
No,
because it was good, but Goodness,
give
that
me
hops by
by
$1 million?
Yeah.
If you start slinging that shit in a Casey's, I'm going and buying a 30 rack.
The one thing that the Swarm did have that I sampled today and liked was they have a vodka spritzer seltzer something, and it really just kind of tastes like a mild flavored water.
Oh.
So I thought that was pretty good. What else did we try? That not Back Pocket. What's the other one? Big Grove.
Big Grove
was there. They're handing out samples. That's not really my game.
Cup of tea.
No, I'm not an IPA beer. I just, as you can tell, like regular old good American Busch Light. But yeah, so Fry Fest, would you do it again?
Yeah, we'll probably go back next year, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's just you got to the timing. If you go early, you can't, it's not an all day thing.
No,
to me, it's not.
I don't know how you would.
No, but you got to decide if you want autographs, or you're in this pickleball tournament or this bags tournament. Are you going at 9:30 a.m.?
Which I think next year would be fun if we set up some kind of bags team.
Yeah, I think that'd be a blast. Or pickleball sounded like they needed players.
Pickleball would be fun. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounded like they just ended up being 4 dudes that signed up for it, and they just kind of played each other for fun.
Played each other, yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I would definitely do it again. I took 2 years off in between.
Yeah.
So maybe that's my fault for not seeing a progression or a downward slide that I could speak to.
Yeah.
But just comparing apples to apples, 2022, 2024, quite a bit different. I would have preferred for your first experience to be there for the 2022 one, but hey, I'm not in charge of it.
I still had fun.
I'm not in charge of it.
Yeah.
We did go to Back Pocket to watch the Walk-Ons podcast live. Yeah. Guys, it's nice to see, in my opinion, a podcast that's established as they are. I think they're rolling into episode 600 something or knocking on the door of 600.
Yeah.
They spent 30 minutes trying to unfuck their microphones.
Mm-hmm.
And literally, Kluver's the only one there setting it up. And Drake, Gary, the producer, and Kevin Ward showed up later.
Yeah.
But you could tell, and it had nothing to do with when they showed up, but you could tell it's Kluver's deal.
Yeah.
He did say, I said, oh, man, they stick you with the shit jobs or something like that. And he's like, I'm really the only one making money off of it, so that's the part.
Yeah.
So I don't think Drake and Kevin are really getting paid out of it. I don't know, but I can assume if Kluver's going to throw that information out to a general person in an open setting, that he's definitely getting more income than the rest, so the shit details fall on. I thought they did a great podcast live. We were able to buy Drake and Gary a beer.
Yeah.
So that was kind of fun. Great pizza.
Yeah.
I thought the pizza was real good.
It was. Spinach artichoke dip was amazing.
Was it?
Yeah.
I didn't dabble in it, but it looked good.
It was good.
I saw these cans, these Busch Light cans. Can I see that can? That full one?
Of course.
And it kind of posed a question to me. So if you haven't seen the Farm Rescue cans this year, right? It's corn, ear, cobs. It's real cool looking. But it kind of sparked a question for me to you.
Okay, let's hear it.
What is the best design Busch Light has ever come out with in any of their cans? And follow up to that, do you think it hits different coming out of one of those specialty cans than it does just the regular old blue and silver?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay,
it hits different for sure.
Okay.
But as you know, I'm more a Coors fan than I am a Busch fan.
I do. But, I mean, you have to see the can. It's talked about all – I mean, you can't be in Iowa and somebody doesn't talk about, have you seen such and such can coming out? Or
I couldn't tell you what year it was, but –
no, that's fine. You don't have to.
Maybe when I was 18, 17, 19-ish, so 5, 6 years ago, they had a really sick Hunter's can. It was orange with all the Deer Hunter stuff on it.
Oh, okay. I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, it was fucking sick. I thought that was cool. But I always loved the classic corn cobs.
I love the corn cans.
Yeah.
But what I think what I appreciate from Busch Light is they really speak to their audience.
Yeah.
Right? They know they're a Midwest beer.
They didn't sell it in North Carolina.
A lot of places don't. It's hard to find. You can't find a 30-pack. Like in Florida, you go to Florida, you can find Busch Light.
Yeah.
But you're not finding it in a 30-pack.
So I think there's laws actually against that because North Carolina, there was no such thing as a 30. I think Busch is the only one that does a 30 rack.
Keystone does.
Does Keystone? Mm-hmm. I'm sure High Life, or not High Life. What is it? Rock something. Dude, it's like 35 cents a can of beer. I can't think of it.
Not Red Stag.
Rolling Rock.
Rolling Rock.
Rolling Rock. Yeah.
Ooh.
They do 30s too, I think. Maybe. I could be wrong. But anyways, when I was stationed in North Carolina, no such thing as a 30 rack.
Really?
People there had no idea what a 30 rack even was. I'd say a rack, and they'd the rack.
And see, when like at school over at Western, everybody was Keystone. Excuse me. So what you'd do is if you're going to have a party in the weekend, you'd call the liquor store, but you'd want to be one of the last ones to call to try to order a keg. And then what they'd do is they'd take your money for the keg, but if they're out of kegs or taps, they give you as many 30 rack
as it would equal a keg.
And guess what doesn't spoil? A 30 rack. Yeah. But once you tap a keg, you're on a time constraint.
Borrowed time before it's stale beer.
Right. You're really selling it on the.
I love that sound. It's one of my favorite sounds ever.
I guess my favorite can. I think their duck cans were cool, and I don't know if that was last year or the year before. Their duck hunting cans. I think those were cool, but I love you can't beat this year's corn pattern.
Yeah, it's cool.
Is incredible.
It's nice.
I mean, it's relatively almost like realistic. Like this year, that's incredible.
It's finite detail for sure. The shadowing.
Yeah, I mean they got the hair on the corn. You got the tassel still there at the top. They put in work. Wonder if they have like a design contest, like with inside Busch Light.
You feel like they have to, right?
Well, yeah, I mean they have like taste testers.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a designer somewhere.
I'm sure there is.
I'm sure you were probably also thinking, AJ, what's this beautiful burnt orange crew
I wondered
neck?
Why you had on a burnt orange crew neck.
What is this burnt orange crew neck you have on?
Yeah.
That is so comfy looking.
Because it's not like you not to rock something Iowa or
Iowa Boys Chatter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you got that on for?
Well, I just wanted to give the viewers a little for those of you that haven't seen, which we've been showing everyone because we're so excited about. This will be the crew neck that our new design will be printed on. And I wanted to throw it on and just kind of show the color, a little fall design. God, it's comfy. Putting it on compared to just rubbing my hand
real
in
soft
it like
inside,
that.
huh? Yeah. Woo! The color looks great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good quality. It's not heavy.
No.
Definitely a good one to layer on.
Yeah.
I guess my recommendation, do with what you want, would be to order a size up for layering purposes, because this is not heavy.
No.
I don't want people to think you're getting a super heavy.
Yeah, you're not wearing this to go shovel the driveway.
Well, I typically wear a pair of boots, shorts, and a hoodie.
Well, yeah, but we're a different breed.
Yeah, we are. We're just built different.
I was gonna say,
it is what it is.
I work landscaping, and I drove around with the windows down to plow people's driveways. So,
but I think you'd want to order a size up for bonfire. Get that more kind of flappy over the hand.
It's kind of. I'm gonna try to show.
Could act as a koozie if you forgot a koozie.
It's kind of a.
What size is that?
This is a large.
Yeah, you definitely need an XL.
Which I'll be wearing an XL.
Yep.
So it's shorter. Here, around here, like lengthwise,
the bottom band,
than it is arm-wise.
Mm-hmm.
Which, personal preference in a crew neck is what I like.
Yeah.
I like it to be a little longer armed. So if my hands get a little chilly, I slip them in there.
Yeah. We're gonna have those for, what's our price point on that?
$40, which I think is a very reasonable for a
bargain.
Crew neck.
Go find another crew neck. Seriously, that's going to be the label. The design was hand designed. It's being manufactured, sent to us. So, I mean, it is literally something that each one of us signs off on through the person who makes our designs. Mm-hmm. We sign off on it. It's usually 2 or 3 phone calls before we agree.
Yeah.
We can give you a little hint of the design. It's going to be a retro-y look.
Retro-esque.
And the Iowa's going to be well pronounced. And I'd say the Boys Chatter, they're
little less pronounced,
little subdued through the word Iowa. So, not only to me is it an Iowa Boys Chatter shirt, but it's a great Iowa shirt.
Just Iowa in general. Yeah.
Yeah, you want to sling it at a tailgate? Awesome.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's going to be perfect for it because it's.
I just love fall-y colors too, and I think
that's a great fall
color turned out. I hope it picks up on camera how it is in person.
Yeah, like if I could pick out a pumpkin out of a pumpkin patch, that's the color I want. That deep fall, like right before the leaves fall down. You're like, God, please don't rain because it's going to knock all the leaves down. But they're just barely, and they got that deep orange burn to them. Yeah, that's what that sweatshirt. That's what I would call it, like a deep burnt orange.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
Yeah. Well, as I was wondering about your sweatshirt, I bet you're wondering, why does my hand look like this?
No, I'm not wondering, Ben, because I was involved.
You were there, eh?
I was there.
Okay. You want to tell the folks the story on that?
As we've been saying for a couple weeks now on a couple different episodes, we had a great fundraiser that we went out and supported. Salute to the Fallen golf outing through the Loose Chain, our sponsors. Shout out to the Loose Chain.
Cedar Rapids best bar.
I would say so, yeah.
100%.
Shout out them. And stone sober. Hate to say it.
That's the kick in the pants here, people.
We want to iterate that this was a stone sober activity.
I honestly don't think, man, before you go any further, that I could have drank a beer based on the heat. It made your stomach like a cauldron of just like...
I will throw this out to the Loose Chain. Knowing that they couldn't have controlled the weather since it doesn't come out that far in advance. Mm-hmm. But good God, it was hot out there. I think feel like temperature ended up reaching 110, 111.
Yeah, I was going to say it was forecast between 105 and 115. So.
Yeah, it was hot. Very, very hot. So we were not drunk. And we had finished shotgun start, Hunter's Ridge Golf Course. We started on hole 9. We were just finishing up hole 6. And if you've ever played Hunters, you know that 6 to 7 cuts across a neighborhood street.
Let them know how the shotgun started. So we had played all the way backwards. Yeah, we had 2 holes left.
Yeah, we started on hole 9 and went forward. So we went 9, 10, 11, 12, all the way.
And then 18, and then you start backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, until we would have finished on 8.
Yeah, so we had played 16 holes of golf.
Yes.
And Ben had been driving the whole entire time, the cart. And I go, hey, Ben, be cool if you let me drive for these last 2 holes, maybe. And the cart path comes straight, and then it cuts left to cross the street. So it goes straight, left, right, and then cuts the street. So we're driving, and Ben goes to hang out of the cart. Luke Combs is on the radio. Ben goes to hang out the cart, left hand here, left leg in the cart. Were both legs in the cart?
Both legs were on the cart. I was doing kind of like a half squat stand.
Yeah.
I grabbed the oh shit handle. That golf cart had an oh shit handle. And I turned almost sideways, so you're now driving to my back.
Yeah.
And if this is the deck of the golf cart, I'm more like this on the roof and the oh shit handle. And I was going to yell to the 2 guys behind us, our buddies, something about the music or something like that. So this is about the position I was in. Yeah. Super athletic looking stance.
That was awesome.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
And then I hooked a little to the left to try to turn. And I didn't warn Ben that it goes a little to the left. And let's just say momentum kept Ben going straight while I was turning left. Yeah. And it went 1 step, 2 step, face, hand, knee, knocked out, into the grass.
Yeah, out cold.
Out cold.
No shoes on.
No shoes.
I had no shoes left.
Shoes were 15 feet behind us on the cart path.
People are like, a golf cart? I'll tell you, these are gas golf carts. Okay? And I'm going to say, with my calibrated eyes through the state of Iowa, DOT, that we were all of 15 miles an hour. Mm-hmm. You were hammered down.
Yeah, I was going fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had it down.
Yeah.
And I don't remember a whole lot. The first thing I remember is everybody around me and me saying, guys, I'm okay, nothing's broke.
Yeah.
And then our buddy asked, "Do you want your shoes?" And I'm like, "Oh God." Okay, I don't have shoes on. Then I look at my hand. 0 skin left.
Drenching blood.
My knee dripping blood down into my sock. This has no skin left, covered in blood. Guy comes out of the house because I essentially landed in his side yard, and these aren't trailer park homes.
Yeah, we're not a
a ranch home or even a house like mine.
Yeah.
No, we're in multi-million-dollar estates, and I'm the knocked out jackass that he probably is assuming
is
drunk or passed out from heat exhaustion.
Yeah.
Which neither of those were true.
No.
So the guy's like, "Do you want a glass of water?" And I looked at AJ. And I honestly, it hurt so bad. I had probably tears in my eyes were coming down my face and said, "Bud, just get me out of here. I'm super embarrassed." So we hop in the cart. I'm seeing double. We stopped because these people are in front of us. Apparently, I really don't remember this much. I don't know why we had stopped, but AJ had filled me in on the back end and said some people were getting ready to putt.
Which,
so I guess,
you know golf, it's rude to drive the cart while people are hitting the shot. So I slowed down, let them take their putts.
So, but what's not rude?
Maybe putt a little faster when my buddy's over here.
I got out of the cart and AJ's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, I'm gonna puke. And so driving past them probably would have, in hindsight, been the better move.
Yeah.
Because I literally Ralphed an entire hot dog into another multi-million-dollar person's backyard while the people are putting, 30 yards away, and the house is 10 yards away, and I'm just yakking my guts out. But as soon as I puked, I felt fine.
Yeah.
Besides my hand, it's bruised still, swollen, still no skin. It's growing back nice. There's a deeper cut that runs through here that I had a friend of mine who works in the medical field look at it and said that basically there was nothing they could have ever stitched.
Yeah.
I would have, the first time I went and opened my hand, I'd pop the stitch.
Yeah.
So she was like, "Nah, there's nothing I could even stitch there."
Yeah.
So my nurse, my wife, my love of my life, has been doctoring that up. The knee's good. We got two big solid scabs going on the knee. The hand's still a little.
It's like
has some moisture coming out of it.
Every kid has had their. When you were a kid, you had that one hill that you tried to conquer on your bike, and you shitted off of your bike.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like 5 times worse than that moment is what his skin, knee, and hand looked like. Yeah, it was bad.
It did not affect work.
No.
Knock on wood.
Yeah.
But I was that night when I came home. Poor AJ. He just felt
terrible,
so bad,
terrible.
And I kept telling him, I'm like, reverse roles, man. If I'm driving, you do it. I'm gonna dump you. I get it. Like I'm sorry.
Felt awful.
And he's like, "No, I'm so sorry. Feel terrible." Blah blah. I said it could have happened to any one of us. So then my wife picks us up, which was the plan in the first place. She was going to drop us off,
just in case we had drinks, because we're responsible.
Yeah, and I called her and I said, "Hey, I've been in a little accident. How far are you?" And she's like, "What are you talking about?" And I showed her my hand, and she's like, "Oh my God, do you need to go to the hospital?" Freaking out. No. Did you hit anything else? At that point, over FaceTime, I decided not to tell her that I was knocked unconscious and my glasses exploded.
Yeah.
But on the car ride home, it was like a scorned 16-year-old that got caught at like an underage party. AJ sitting in the back seat and didn't say but like 4 fucking words the whole way home.
I was embarrassed.
But it's
not
me.
Embarrassed.
But
I was nervous because I felt terrible. I mean, you would feel terrible. If it was me, even if it was 100% my fault, you would still feel terrible. It's hard not to feel terrible.
This wasn't anybody's fault. Let's go back to I love to self-identify.
Yeah.
I think anybody that, when you know you've grown up, is the moment that you can self-identify.
Yeah.
I should have not been hanging out of that cart in an unsafe manner. And I did. And I'll tell you right now, my cousin lost her husband 2 years ago about the same way, the thing I did.
Yeah.
I should have known better. I should have used my head. For anybody that's listening, think it was funny or whatever, it wasn't funny. It was kind of a gut check for me on my buffoonery level and the fact that I could have widowed my wife and left 3 kids without a dad. I should have been more responsible. So it's nobody's fault but my own.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't have, wow, that was quick. Yeah. I should.
Well, I also probably should have been like, hey, maybe not a great idea. But at the time, I mean, we're talking 2.5 seconds to 5 seconds in between the time he's sitting in the seat.
It was like that.
Yeah. From the time you're sitting in the seat to the time you're knocked out on the side of the cart path was maybe 5 seconds.
Oh, I don't really know, but I'm going to say from the time I fell out to the time you scooped and scored me to get me to the next hole to puke was 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Maybe? So, I mean, if all that happens in 2 minutes.
There wasn't much time to have decision making.
No. I knew I was super embarrassed and I knew I had fucked up.
Yeah.
And that I shouldn't have done that.
It was hard as the person driving to not feel...
To feel responsible.
And I mean, at first, like anyone, my first reaction was, he's okay, little giggle, and then I see you in the yard snoring, and I'm like, oh shit, this isn't a giggle situation.
I would have laughed. Reverse roles, I'm laughing at you, and then did the same thing. Oh my God, I think I just fucking killed my best friend.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to learn how to prop him up on a podcast, be like Weekend at Bernie's, like, all right, well, literally throw us through our veins.
Yeah, it was a good fundraiser. It was a fun day.
We did not finish the last 2 holes.
Ended tragically, which is fine because I got a call back later and found out we had one of the worst scores on it.
Hey, I saw just for a minute. I saw the other people golfing.
Yeah.
So if you're one of the other people golfing, I'm not necessarily calling you out, but back to that self-identification. Did you mean to write a 4 or was it a 5? Did you write a 3 and maybe it was a 6? I saw some of y'all playing.
Yeah.
We were all moving at a pretty good pace.
Yeah.
And we had some
good holes.
Yeah. We had some good holes.
What's
the most we finished on one hole? 1 over or 2 over?
Yeah.
That's the most. So you're telling me I'm out there competing against fucking Tiger Woods of Cedar Rapids?
Our worst score was a 6 on a par 5. Oh.
1 over.
Bogey, yeah.
1 over.
We bogey golfed most of the day.
So you're telling me that many people... Sure, there's definitely a team that would have beat us, or a few.
Yeah.
But you're telling me that we were so terrible to bogey golf all day that we're one of the worst ones there?
Well, if you're playing best ball, if you're not cheating, you ain't trying. Maybe
I didn't get the memo because I'm obviously not. I think I was telling you last time I golfed before this was 2012.
Yeah, maybe as a scorekeeper, I should have helped their team out a little more.
You know why? Because you have integrity, my guy. Integrity. That's doing, not to go with the quintessential definition, but that's doing the right thing when nobody else is looking.
When no one else is looking.
Yeah. And you have it.
Thank you.
That also flows through your veins.
Thank you.
Like iced tea, this podcast.
Do you want a kiss right now? Okay.
I might.
It's feeling like we're gearing towards that side of things.
Big day for you tomorrow.
Yeah, it's gonna be busy.
Yeah. What do you got going
on? Scored some Iowa tickets.
That's clutch.
Yeah.
Clutch. You're gonna try to squeeze that in. So what time are you heading down to tailgate there? Or are you not?
I don't think we're tailgating. I think we're gonna go straight to the game.
Okay.
We're not gonna finish the game. It's free tickets. Emma's got an appointment at 3. She's got her birthday coming up, so
happy birthday, Emma. Oh, I'm assuming it's a podcast, but yep, happy birthday, Emma.
So we're doing all of her birthday stuff. She got her nails done today. They look great.
Mm-hmm.
Eyelashes tomorrow. She had her hair cut recently. So she's already beautiful, but...
Is this a birthday? So this is different for me.
I think Christy it's a girl's birthday.
Well, Christy and I have been married long enough that, like, when we wake up now, it's like, happy birthday, happy birthday. Like, there's no...
Yeah.
I'm going to get my birthday nails. I'm going to get my... And I'm not bashing one bit. I'm just asking, is this, like, her thing? Like, she...
Is this the first birthday we spent? No. I spent last year home.
Is this your thing? Too. Is this like a self-beautification?
I think, yeah.
We have nothing planned, really.
Yeah. I think.
No, and I'm not hating. I'm just asking. Like, is this like your one time?
Yeah.
myself.
So it's just your one time. Give yourself a little something,
Do
something.
it to yourself.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
This is the first time I've ever done it, really.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If you could also never do it again on a tailgate Saturday, that'd be great. But
making
I don't
herself
think
feel beautiful for her birthday. She's already beautiful, but
no, I'm not saying. I didn't know if this was like her thing. That was, hey, when I was little, my mom would take me out and we'd go get hair and makeup.
I see what you're saying.
It's just been continued on. Now I'm still doing it for myself because I enjoy.
No, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
pampering myself on my birthday.
This is the first time in a while, in general, that she's gotten her nails done. I'm supposed to pay for them. I still got a Venmo her. She's been giving me shit all day. I told her I'd pay for her nails. But yeah, I think it's
okay.
She regularly goes and does her lashes, so that's a normal thing. But the nails are like a spoil herself for her birthday thing.
Okay.
She wasn't sure about it, but I told her
just go do it.
Yeah, I think you should. Haven't done it in a long time. You should.
That's nice.
Treat yourself. Yeah, just like every now and then, every couple of months, I go and get a tattoo.
There you go.
Kind of the same thing. I'm like,
yeah,
kind of feel a tattoo.
So eyelashes tomorrow, then going to try to swing out to us in Davenport.
So Iowa game, eyelashes. Then I think we're gonna try to catch the Davenport game, which is still a maybe. We're gonna try.
Yeah,
but it's gonna be a jam-packed day, and then I work Sunday.
Yeah, that's tough.
It's gonna be a jam-packed day, but I don't mind jam-packed days.
No, it's just sometimes I feel at the end of it, I want to go like, where the fuck did my day go?
Yeah.
Like you sit down and you're like, oh, it's got to be like 1:30. I'm going to take a 5-minute breather. And you're like, what do you mean it's 5:45?
Yeah. I mean, today all we did was Nails and Fry Fest, and I napped in between Nails and Fry Fest.
Well, that's like before we jumped on here, we were both like, how are we going to do this today? We got to give people what they want, but we're both just so tired.
Yeah. We're going to go to bed early tonight for sure.
I got a solid tailgate menu for tomorrow. We're doing turkey, salami, and ham sliders, pasta salad, Chrissy's famous cake balls, some cut up cheese and meats. Waylon is insistent upon mac and cheese, so somehow I'm going to figure out how to cook that on somebody's grill. In foil, tinted.
Good idea.
Because we're not doing the grill thing tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
It's a night game. It's going to be a lot. If we were spending the night, then maybe.
Yeah.
But it's just I want to. When it's time to go into the game, I want to be packed up,
ready to
done, ready to pull out as soon as the game's over. Drinks. I think that's really, to me, that's a pretty solid menu.
Yeah.
Got a couple tables for taking. Got an easy up tent thing. So should be pretty good. It'll be busy. It'll be what I call like a dad day, like where you get ready, like everything kind of falls on the dad, like the packing the cooler, the loading the car.
Yeah, getting the kids out the door when it's time to get out the door. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I got a couple. I think after maybe this week, it steadies down a little bit. We got a lot of fun stuff coming up, though, where we're pretty busy. We got, like I said, tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Sunday, Monday, I work. Tuesday, Wednesday, we're going to go up to Lake Delhi, which will be really
That's right. You're leaving me alone at work.
Yeah, I am. I feel bad about it.
Okay. Okay.
Thursday or Friday, I think we're going to try to go to Cedar Ridge Winery. If that's still what she wants to do for her birthday. Do that. Which I'm excited about. I love going out there. Yeah. It's beautiful out there. Yeah. Food's really good. It's really not too expensive, to be honest.
That's good.
It's pretty decently priced, so I'm excited for that. That's probably the most, other than football.
Yeah.
I'm excited to go.
Quick question about football, and we kind of talked about this at work, and I don't think it's a topic we have to dive too deep into because somebody will fact check us. But Colorado wins 30-26
last night
against an FCS school.
Yeah,
which NDSU, the Bison, are no joke. They've came into Kenneck, and they've beat us.
Yeah, they played last night.
Yeah, they played Colorado.
No, I'm saying they played. They came and they played.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they didn't.
They show out every time.
Yeah, it was a game.
I mean, they had I think 11-4 record last year, and they were pissed.
Yeah,
they had a chip on their shoulder after an 11-4 record. But my question to you is: did Colorado make a mistake going the route of Dion and all the extra hype that went into that, right? You're bringing Ed Reed on your staff, well, or as a helper, okay? Because I don't know if he's officially on. You got Warren Sapp. Then you got your one kid who flexes his watch. You got the other kid. You got the Travis Hunter. Their NILs are ridiculous. and
I think it's turning more into a look at us than it is a I want to look at you.
And here's the part that I think really upset and put a bad taste in my mouth about Dion. When he came in, he gutted the players.
Yeah.
Gutted the players. These kids that they're not doing it, some of them, to go to the next level. No. They're doing it because they were good enough and afforded an opportunity to get their college paid for.
Yeah.
And you just have somebody come in and say, by the way, we're no longer honoring your scholarship.
Yeah.
Now, what is that? How are you helping kids? Where's the mentorship in that?
That doesn't even win a championship. If you're going to gut me, go win a championship.
They didn't win a game after October last year.
Beginning
of October, they went winless.
If you're going to gut me, go win a championship, and I'll be like, all right. If you're going to gut me and then fumble the fucking bag, fuck you.
So
Don't gut me and then go.
So did Colorado fumble the bag in the big picture? As of right now, year 2 with Dion, did Colorado make a mistake when they could have went and got, just off the top of my dome, and I'm not saying he's a good fit, but like a Bo Pelini. You could have went and got a Bo Pelini. You could have got a Tim Polasek that went from Iowa to Wyoming, and now he's a head coach at NDSU. Could you have went and got one of those guys that is used to running championship football, but instead you got a guy that won at a historically black college, won some championships or games, and then got too big for his britches?
Yeah,
did they drop the ball there?
I think they dropped the ball.
I agree with you 1,000,000%. A terrible decision.
I told you that the other day. I said I like the idea and I like what he tried to do, but he did it wrong.
All wrong.
Yeah, he did it wrong.
Cares more about its, and I know if you played for Dion, I can only imagine. I don't know what goes on behind closed doors. That is the caveat that I'll always say about any college football program is I'm not in the locker room. I don't know. But the optics of it. Perception is everything. And to perceive that you dumped a team to bring in
another losing team
that just because of their NILs and they're making a shit ton of money and they look good.
Here's what pisses me off a little bit too. And if you deserve it, by all means, go ahead. I don't want to see a kid that's younger than me flexing a $500 million or $500,000 watch going like this and then throwing interceptions. If you're going to flex a $500,000 watch, go throw a flawless fucking game and I'll be like, all right, respectable.
And I don't even know if that's the one that wears the watch. I think Shiloh's the quarterback and Shador wears the watch.
Oh, shit. One of them had on a Richard Millie last night and was
he the one catching the ball, so? Because that's Shador.
I have no idea. Before they had any jerseys
Swimmy, Swami, Samsonite. It doesn't matter.
Either way.
They probably both still have a stupid amount of watch. But I agree with you. Catch the ball, throw the ball. And if you're Travis Hunter and you're playing both sides of the ball, first of all, you're a dog for doing that. I will give you props where props are due. You're a dog for not coming out of the game at all. However, I feel that for Colorado, it's putting asses in the seats, making beer sales, hot dog sales, pretzel sales to get their program to right the ship.
Which, when does that start going down? Because, like you said, after October they went.
Watch a game. Because guess what happens? The stands stop filling up.
Yeah.
They do. Nobody wants to. Yeah. You can be the most loyal Iowa fan in the world. And if they get on a skid, flip on social media, follow an Iowa page, and they're going to fire this guy. They want to fire this guy. They want to fire. We're not going. Free tickets for $10.
Yeah.
Kids at least free. Stick to your team.
Yeah.
Back your team. And if Colorado hired somebody to right the ship of financials, great job, Colorado. You nailed it. I think if you hired the guy that you think is going to take it, and maybe I'll eat my words. Maybe they'll be in the CFP this year. But if you think you hired the right guy to take football players and mold them into young men and productive members of societies, and then try to go, because that should be your first goal. Take a young man or girl now.
You're not fighting for a Super Bowl.
No, mold them into a productive member of society.
Yeah.
Keep the grades
You're still a role model.
Teach him how to be in life, and then if you can go win a championship, congratulations. And I don't think Deion Sanders is that guy. I don't think he's that guy.
It's clout chasing.
That's it. You want fancy glasses and you want to sell 21 jerseys.
College football does not need to be that. If you want to take it to the NFL, that's the place to be flashy.
But is the college headed more towards the NFL?
Yeah,
now?
And it sucks.
It does suck. But here's the thing. I still don't like that you came in and ripped people's scholarships.
No.
You essentially took a kid.
Somebody's livelihood, maybe.
Dude, he never had to, right? If you pull, let's say Nico lost his scholarship tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'd have to go figure out in the middle of the year how to file for a FAFSA to get him enrolled into another school unless he gets picked back up.
Yeah.
Some of these kids aren't getting picked back up.
No.
They may have been a prior walk-on that's put on scholarship.
Yeah.
They're not getting picked up by someone that's going to foot the bill like Colorado. They're going to end up at a D2, D3 school. And D3 schools, for those that aren't familiar, you're not getting a scholarship for football. You're not. They're not going to give you a dime for football. They're going to give you an educational, and it's not.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example. Central.
Yeah.
$54,000 a year. Okay. Nico was looking at Central. And I'm like, bud, you're going to pay after your FAFSA and everything. You're still going to pay student loan wise $38,000 to $40,000 to play football. And thank God Ambrose came in, and Ambrose is an NAIA school, so they can give money.
Yeah.
And he's on scholarship now. But that's just what I can't stand about Deion. It seems like it's when teams rebuild, sometimes they rebuild for what can I do now.
You rebuilt too fast.
You rebuilt for an immediate future.
Yeah, you didn't rebuild. You didn't rebuild a legacy. You rebuilt a season.
Yeah. And for those of you that can't pick up on this yet by now, I don't like Colorado and the way the program is being ran. I will go on the record as saying this for the first time in 41 years of my life. Next weekend, I'm a huge Nebraska fan. I hope to God you go to Colorado or they come to you. I don't know. It doesn't matter. And you absolutely house them. House them. I hope that they lose everything.
What good is it for a player? I mean, if I'm out here flexing my watch, I'm not focusing on.
Do you even care?
Reps.
You don't care.
I don't give a fuck. If I got $2 million back at my dorm room, the fuck do I care if I complete 25 throws?
So here's what I thought.
I'd throw an interception and be like, oh, look at my watch, bitch.
Yeah. Everybody says, well, what are you going to do to fix college football? I don't have that answer, but here's an idea. Stick with me. It's not too much of a rabbit hole. All these players that are so damn good and getting all this NIL, you go form your own fucking league.
Yeah.
Then you get the kids that want to play the fucking game.
Yeah.
That like
that
it for the
fighting for a scholarship.
The purity of the game.
Yeah.
They're punching each other in the face
not a Richard
every
Millie.
Saturday. When they wake up, they've got that tingling in their balls, and they are ready to gear it up.
Not just Saturday. Every day they wake up.
Yeah. Yeah. So you go form your league of all this, call it the pre-NFL, college.
Which I wouldn't be surprised. Speaking of pre-NFL, all these guys that are doing this stupid shit, you're not going to look hot to an NFL team, I wouldn't think. If I'm sitting there on draft day and I'm looking through, and I got this kid that is fucking just grit, just gone through shit to be all 4 years, played.
Is he as good as the guy that you're going to compare him to?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're talking an equal playing field.
So I'm looking at an equal playing field, turned down NIL deals because he wasn't about the money. He just wanted to grind.
Or took enough to
survive. Never went on social media talking about, look at all my nice shit, not driving around an $8 million fucking Batmobile. Just grit. Compared to someone that is equally as good, but is flashing all this jewelry and doing all this other shit. I'm taking the dude that has had his nose on the grindstone and just hammered it out. And as a drafter, 100% I'm taking him.
Yeah, and I feel that the kids that we're talking about, and if you go join your own league, that's great. I think the NIL needs to be set at this amount. If you're getting this amount or more, whatever that amount is, you're going to this league. If not, you're going to play in this league, and you're still going to get some NIL because why? Because you deserve it.
You deserve to be
You
paid.
deserve it.
Right.
And start padding your – if you don't think you played fullback in college and you're just absolutely housing people and blasting and just taking linebackers on, and now you CTE, yada, you need to be padding it for your future because honestly, your future in the NFL is probably bleak. Right? Everybody will say not for long. That's what the league stands for, not for long. Because once you hit 10 years, then you're vested in the NFL, then they have to pay your health insurance. That's why you see so many guys play 9 years and then you never see them again. So let these grit guys get some cash. But I, same as you, like the movie Draft Day, you lock me into a room, I know who I'm taking.
Yeah.
You can be the most talking head person on the board. We need to take this guy because he did this or this guy. Yeah, what about this guy who called his mom once a week, maintained a 4.0, was on student council, was involved in Greek life, and still went out and absolutely banged on a Saturday because he loves the game.
Yeah.
Where is the love of the game? It's becoming
lost.
It's becoming
lost.
more of a business.
Yeah, it's lost when you start paying.
And how to
people
fix that, I wish I had the answer. I've listened
millions.
to hundreds of podcast episodes combined on how to fix the NCAA. First of all, NCAA needs to go away.
I wish it was like Caitlin Clark got all kinds of NIL, but she stuck to what she was.
Yeah.
She stuck to what she was.
She got a little swag to her, but
a little swag, but nothing crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's not going out before a game with a $80,000 chain just going like this out on the court.
Right.
She's in the locker room getting in the same headspace as somebody who is not even going to step foot on the court.
Yeah.
Her and that person are in the exact same headspace getting ready for that game. I wish players didn't let NIL or money affect them. She's a prime example of what I wish everybody could be like in terms of I'm making money, but I'm not just going to hammer the fact that I'm making money. Because at that point, I feel like you don't care enough about the game. And she stuck to caring about the game.
So and it's so hard when you start talking other sports. So to bounce it back towards football, and I see what you're saying with your comparison, but to bounce it towards football, do you ixnay the NCAA and you have them join a players union and you get collective bargaining and you get this, and if you are a walk-on, this is what you're getting, and if you are a third string, this is what you're getting, second string, you're getting this, and then first string, it's going to be this plus performance based.
Right.
And if your first string guy goes down, your second string slides into his same performance evaluation. You need 6 touchdowns. You get 6 touchdowns, you're getting, and you're the first stringer, you got 6 touchdowns. By God, we're going to give you an extra $100,000.
Yeah.
I mean, is that what we look at with the signing bonus? Like these players are signing instead of just national letters of intent, you're sitting down with a contract? Because
it's hard.
I'm telling you, taking my kid through the recruiting process, they know more about your kid than you do.
Yeah.
So you could sit down with an evaluation as a coach and say, hey, this is where I think you're at.
Yeah.
This is what I'm going to offer. And this is where the new recruiting comes in. This is where I think you're at. I think you're going to be a 3 your freshman year, sophomore year, 2-3, so on and so forth, bumping up the chart. But this is where I've got you. You can slide the paper across. This is where I've got you your first year. Here's your projected, nothing's guaranteed.
Right.
But here's your first offer. After this year, we'll renegotiate your contract again.
Right.
And if for some reason 1 and 2 went down and you had to step up, that will come into the negotiation of next year's contract. And you've been given the same bonuses. And then that's what you base your recruitment on. This is what Northwestern told me I'd be. This is what Alcorn State said I could be. This is what Mississippi State said I could be. And then that's how your recruiting is based. Because everybody's going for money anyways.
Yeah.
So why not make it more forward?
Yeah.
I mean, I know there's recruiting stories of buddies of mine that before NIL was a deal, they'd go into hotel rooms and there'd be stacks of cash.
Yeah.
Stacks of cash. So just the stacks of cash that they would receive just for trying to come to that school. But I don't want to dive any deeper into that because it can just be an absolute shit show.
Yeah.
I would like to talk just a little bit about Iowa this week. The over-under is 40.5. What are you taking? You're on FanDuel. You're sitting there. What are you hammering? Absolutely, I'm laying down. the mortgage to the casa. What are you putting on her?
I'm not hammering the mortgage to the casa on anything just because my betting history has been a little rough.
No balls.
Well, I think Iowa goes under. I think the under is good. I would maybe hammer if there was like a. Yeah, you got to do exact score though. If there was a score range you could bet on, like if I could bet that Iowa's between 25 and 30 points, I would hammer that. Yeah. I think they're 28-7.
Okay.
Or 28-10 maybe.
I'm saying 10.
Illinois State.
Yep. Yeah. 24-28 for Iowa.
Yeah.
We're somewhere in that range. I would hammer the under.
Yeah.
Iowa's first game, new OC, hammer the under.
Is out.
Lock it in. I'd have to say so far we threw down an absolute banger of a podcast. Any other housekeeping stuff you want to touch on?
I just want to touch on the fact that we have a lot of new stuff. We're running order forms. You might have seen them if we've shown you them. If you haven't and you want to order something, we have forms now. So since we're rolling 2 different kinds of merchandise and we're going to add more merchandise in the future, just to make it easier on us and so we can keep track and make sure you guys are satisfied, we're going to give you a form, or maybe we make it a PDF to where you can print it from one of our socials or a LinkedIn or something. We'll make a way to where you can print something or you can email us something on our business account. But there's a form we have, so if you want to order a t-shirt or you want to order a crew neck, but you don't want both, or you just want something that's different, you can put that on your order form. And at the end of the month or at the end of 2 weeks, whenever we decide to do our bulk orders, we have a better number. Because we sold out of our t-shirts in 4 or 5 days. Mm-hmm. And there was a lot of people still coming up to us, hey, can I get a t-shirt?
We didn't expect that.
And I don't like telling somebody, oh, like, we're sold out. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I want to be able to be like, oh, our next bulk order's in 2 weeks. Here's your order form. Fill it out. You can pay for it now. You can pay for it when you receive the item. When I return it to you, I'll have your order form folded into the shirt so I know exactly who it's going to. It's just easier for everyone, I think, all around.
And I do think as we move forward, prepayment is probably going to have to end up being a thing.
Yeah.
Just for the amount of stuff that we are forced to order, which comes out of our business account. So I think the prepayment with the order, you're guaranteeing it. It's not like it's coming to us and we're not going to get you the product.
Yeah, it's just like ordering something online.
Sure.
It's shipping.
You
gotta wait for shipping.
It's no different.
Yeah. Because we ran, our first order of shirts was 15, 17, something like that shirts.
Yeah, I think we're in the ballpark of 17 shirts.
And we sold out of those in 4 days. And there were still people that wanted more. But that was a lot of the funds that we had for our business went into those shirts. So if we ordered more and they didn't sell as good as they did, we would have been...
Yeah, we don't want to sit on cold stock.
Yeah, we don't want to sit on cold stock. So if you want something, hit us up on our business account, hit us up on our personal accounts, hit us up in person. We'll get you an order form. We'll make sure that item is ordered in our next bulk order. It's just easier for everyone. It guarantees that you get it. It guarantees that you get what you want, the size you want, because it's hard to look at your order form and go, there's a large shirt, and fold it into a medium shirt.
Yeah.
It's hard to do that. If we do that, that's on us. And
it'll give us less of that chicken with our head cut off feeling.
Yeah.
It'll help streamline everything, and I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
Well, have fun tomorrow at the Iowa game.
Thank you.
Cheer loud. I look forward to seeing you in the afternoon.
Yep.
Out east. Yeah, I'm just excited. It's college football time. We're busy, but we love it. We love bringing it to you guys. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, give us comments. The only way we ever make it better. Anything else for the people?
Yeah, only way we make it better is if we know everything that you guys want to see, segment ideas, anything like that. Spotify's doing really good right now. I think most of our audience has moved towards the Spotify side of things, which is fine with us, but you can still comment on Spotify. You can still comment on our socials. We're missing the comments. We got a lot of comments in the first couple of episodes of what people wanted to see.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's a, hey, you guys are doing everything right comment, we still like to see it to know that we're doing it right.
Yeah.
I would like to know that.
And if you're out and about in your shirt, your Iowa Boys Chatter shirt, send it to us. We'll try to pick out where you were.
Yeah.
I think that's all we got for you this time, guys. We appreciate the love, support. Iowa Boys Chatter on that cough. No COVID. Iowa Boys Chatter out.
See you guys later.